Hey, good morning there, YouTubers. We're going to do this again. I told you we're going to try to develop a routine. Today we've got 5 cars. One's already on the trailer. So we're going to go pick up the other 4 and do a little shuffle. And then we're going to get a 6th car and take it over to the shop to have some repairs done. So hang out, enjoy the video, and without any further ado, let's roll this intro.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings, bitch.
So guys, I thought, maybe in a separate video, I may tackle a little bit about the current setup. I've got some plans and I'm working on doing some changes. I'm going to be retiring some equipment and then going to be replacing some items as well. But currently, like I mentioned in the previous video, this is a 2022 F350. It's a 6.7 power stroke. It's the standard output, not the high output. And it's a Kaufman Mini 5. So this truck and trailer work great for what we're doing. There are some limitations. So yesterday I was asked while I was loading a car, is that a 350? And it is. The guy in particular, he was curious, I guess, as to the capacity capability of the 350. And the way it works out, it's got plenty of power. The limitations are really in the rear end rating. So the gross axle weight rating, you could say, GAWR. A 350 and a 450 are 9960. Where this comes into play is like a 3-car trailer, there's only 1 car at the front. On a 5-car or anything that stacks the cars, maybe even a 4-car, the gross axle weight rating is hard to keep under 9960. Some other vehicles may be a little bit more. I think the Ram 3500 is a little over 10,000, but that's where it comes into play. So a lot of times you'll see me turn the vehicles around backwards. That's an effort to get the weight more towards the trailer axles. So biggest part of using a setup like this is scaling and proportioning the weight of the vehicles so that way you're not overloaded on the truck side. And it's still challenging to do. So don't get me wrong. It's been a while since I've been on the scale with a big load. Most of the time that I've actually weighed, it's been on the side of the highway with a DOT officer. So the best thing you can do if you're planning on purchasing a setup like this is, again, do research. A 5500 and a 4500 cabin chassis or a 450, 550 would give you a greater rear axle weight rating. So it's going to be better on the vehicle for longevity. But like I said, if you play your cards right, do a little scaling, it's possible. Another thing that comes into play whenever you're using a Mini 5 or Texas Pride makes one, I believe Take 3 makes one. All of the items or all of the trailers that are designed to go behind a pickup truck that have like a telescopic or like a little gooseneck style setup, they're not flat like a tractor. They have limitations because the belly of the trailer is taller off the ground. So like in the previous video you saw the Kia, the belly of the trailer is taller off the ground, so therefore there's less height clearance. So when you're picking up a load of 5 trailers or 5 cars, you really have to find something that's less than 53 inches tall, specifically a car in most cases, to be able to go in the belly. Same thing comes from height. Whenever you're trying to maintain your height, you can't put your tallest item like a van at the back of the trailer. If you'll see in some of the pictures, the trailer slopes forward where it connects to the fifth wheel. You've got to put your height items there, and you need a measuring stick. But there's little tips and tricks, strategy that you'll figure out as you start doing this. Heaven forbid you mess up, you'll decapitate one. Nobody wants that. Insurance will hate you. It's better to play it smart. Measure twice, cut once kind of deal. But there's a lot that goes into it whenever you're sizing up a load or you're trying to build a load. So guys, we're about 20 minutes away. What I want to do in this video today, not only kind of take you along for the ride, but I want to also show you kind of what I mentioned just now. How do you load properly? What vehicles do you pick to put where? And then in return, measuring height. Height's a big part of it. You know, bridges are often not all the same height. So let's go ahead and hustle a little bit, get here, and then I'll pick you up in a few minutes. Hey, Matt. One thing, guys, that's pretty difficult about a job like this or having a business like this is being able to be in the right place at the right time for personal matters. I've been working with a few different sales reps trying to find more equipment, and I'm constantly unavailable whenever they call. So it does work out. You have a lot of windshield time to be able to return calls, but sometimes it does get a little pesky, but so be it, just is part of it. So with that being said, if you are shopping for equipment, feel free to message me, leave me a comment. I've made and met some great people. I can make some introductions for you. I'm happy to answer any questions from the information and the knowledge that I've retained. So guys, with something big like a full-size truck, it's a definite, axle weight killer. You need to load it first because it's the tallest. Hopefully it's the tallest. If it is the tallest, you definitely need to load it first. And then you need to load it backwards. So I'm picking the first one up. Let's get it on the trailer. And then once I get a few on the trailer, I'll probably have to leave the parking lot to be able to talk because it's loud. I'll explain what I've done, and then we'll kind of go from there, and I'll give you examples. So we've got everything strapped down. We've got 5 on the trailer. We picked up 4. We already had 1. I went ahead and I measured the height. So we've got a full-size Ram quad cab 4-wheel drive in the front. We have a Forester, like a 2014, in the middle. And then we didn't have enough deck space to put the Colorado. It's an extended cab short bed. We were going to put it on the top deck on the back, but because of the full-size truck, we were limited. So we ended up putting an HHR up there and the Colorado underneath. Whenever I stop here in a minute for a break, I'll give you guys kind of a walk around again. But the way it ends up measuring out, front vehicle is the lowest position. This guy measures 12'11" at the top. The middle measures 13'4", and then the way we've got the back deck tilted, we measure 13'3". So everywhere we go, we know now that we're going to be shorter than like a box trailer behind a semi truck, and that's ultimately what we want. We don't have to worry about low bridges unless there's something called out that's, you know, lower than average. Most bridges I think are 15 foot tall, so we should have plenty of clearance. And I know from previous trips that there's not any low bridges between here and where I'm going. So it's always better to be safe than sorry. And just double check, triple check yourself. Make sure your height stakes level too. But let's go ahead and head on over here and we'll take a short break and I'll do a walk around. So what I did in that last picture was I showed you what the heights of the vehicle were. I gave you a walk around. Like I said before, scaling is the big thing. So if you put a real heavy car on the front, you can actually hang a real heavy car backwards on the back and it'll kind of create like a pendulum effect. It makes the truck ride better. If it's too tall though, you can't do that. So it's like a game of chess or checkers, almost Tetris, but you kind of get the gist of it. And we're running out of time, so we need to get back on the road, finish our trip, do some deliveries, and then pick up the 6th car and then go back south. So we've got a limited time in the day, clock's a ticking, let's do it to it.
I can't
On the road again. All right, back to get the Civic Si that's going to the shop. So we're gonna make a pit stop back by the house, get a bead roller, and then we'll go pick up the Civic. Bead roller acquired. Let's hit back on the road. So we're loaded again. I didn't film as much because this car was an in-op. I had my hands full getting it loaded on the trailer, but we're headed to the shop with it, get it a little love, and then we're gonna pick up 3 more while we're down south and bring them back home and add 2 more to it and deliver in the morning. So it may be a long one, but hang out with me. And if you've got any questions or if you've stuck around this long, leave me a comment. I know the last one was long, but just part of it's a long day. All right, so we're pulling up. We're gonna unload this puppy. Got some bunches of people standing in the roads today. Just having a grand old conversation. How's it going? And we're gonna unload this car, get the heck out of Dodge so we can go get other ones before we run out of time. Seems to be the story of my day. Every day is watch the clock, beat the clock. But be there in a few minutes. All right, since this thing doesn't run, we're gonna roll it off. Actually, it does run, but we don't wanna have to run the clutch. So let's put a lot of air. I don't know if you guys can see this, but we're gonna go 98 pounds of air, jack up the front of the trailer. And unload. All right, so 1 down, 3 more to go, and we get to go home and take a big nap. So I was gonna stop at Texas Roadhouse and the bar is packed. I'm not waiting for a table. So we're gonna go to my old favorite Chinese restaurant and eat there instead. All right, they hit the spot. Back to work. One down, 2 more to go. All right, we got 3 little puppies to put on the wagon. I lost a jump box, so I can't lose another one. I gotta put it inside first. We'll be back on the road.
When I'm with you, I just feel so good. I have you there every single night. So for now, let's just take our time. You know I need you by my side. Tell me how you ready for the ride. Here we go, making love the night. So let's just take our time.
Alright guys, so that's going to do it for this video. I got 3 to take home with me, put them to bed. If you play your cards right, you might get another video tomorrow. Fingers crossed, leave me a bunch of comments. I'll see what I can do to make it happen. If nothing else, thanks for watching. We'll catch you guys in the next one. See y'all.
Shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win at life, I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings.